What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Just stepping in here. Let me get everything set up and we should be good to go. Let's get this going on my computer so we can see each other. I can see your comments. I can see your questions. Oh, it looks perfect to me. Perfect to me. Anyway, guys, really awesome day today. Really awesome day, but I forgot my drink. I'm going to be right back and then we'll get on with this. But I still have my microphone in so you can hear me talking. I'm still here. All right, guys, we're back. And we are live. Welcome. Welcome. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. We have a great weekend coming up. It's always a beautiful weekend. Halloween's next weekend. Hopefully your area is allowing you guys to partake in the festivities. Where I live, they're actually shutting down downtown so kids can go trick-or-treating, have a good time, and do what kids do. So I'm really excited about that. My kids are excited. I know my son's going trick-or-treating, and yeah, it's going to be a pretty awesome thing. Pretty awesome thing. Let me fix this mic real quick. There we go. There we go. All right, hold on. Okay, got it. All right, cool. So, what's going on in my life? You know, just training, normal, maybe an hour and a half a day. Work's been crazy. We got our podcast being set up. What you can't see is around me. My office is set up perfectly. I got stuff on the wall. Got my Inc. 500 awards on the wall. Everything's all set up. So next week we will be starting our podcast. We have a great name for it. It will be going on all podcast platforms. We'll be going on Apple. We'll be going on Spotify. Obviously, we'll upload it here to YouTube. We'll probably upload it native to Instagram. We're going to upload it everywhere. So whatever your platform of choice, it will be there. Google, podcast, all that good stuff will be there. So that's launching next week. I'll be spending the first couple days at my headquarters in Loveland, Ohio. So I'm going to be leaving there Sunday, coming back Tuesday night. And everything's just kind of doing its thing. So anyway, let's get to questions because honestly, it's all about you guys. I'm just going to ask some questions, get on with my night, get on my day, but want to make sure I'm accessible and I'm able to answer everything you guys want answered and kind of able to interact. Why'd you take T-Crean out of your pre-workouts? Good question, Paris, and I'm going to give you some good answers. Number one is T-Crean generally doesn't hit for a good 1 to 2 hours. So generally speaking, it has a 4-hour half-life. That's a long time. It takes a good 60 to 90 to even longer to even hit. So T-Crean, when you take it in a pre-workout, that you take 20 minutes pre-workout, isn't going to do what you intended to do. So I took it out for that reason. And another reason is it tastes like absolute shit. T-Crean brings down the flavor of everything. In fact, you saw ProSubs come out with Hyde, which was their ready to drink. It tasted like shit. Now, before they put T-Crean in it, it actually tasted really good. The final versions you tasted on the market weren't the versions we tried pre-market. Now, T-Crean absolutely destroyed that flavor, destroyed that product. As for Clash, we made it taste okay, but since we took T-Crean out, it tastes better. So not only does it drive cost, but it also tastes like shit, and you don't have a noticeable effect when you take it when you want it to hit, which is during training. So hopefully that answers it. I'm not a fan of T-Crean. I think it's a fine ingredient. However, for the application intended, which is a drink, a liquid consumed beverage, I don't think it was the best choice for me to use that. So we backtracked, changed course, and got it out of our pre-workout. Anybody here? So we started this early so we can announce it, so we're here now. Too much sugar per bar. There's a lot better bars out there. Okay, there you go. Well, you know what? There's not. I'll explain that to you. So the outright bar might not be for you, and that's fine. Okay? I didn't intend for it to be for everybody. However, you got to realize the sugar isn't table sugar. It is from honey. Now, if you're looking at honey and table sugar as one and the same, again, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying I disagree with you. Honey acts very differently in the body. Honey is also a superfood. And also, it's usually honey for most diabetics is diabetic friendly because of its rate of digestion. You can't just look at sugar as sugar, or else we'd say all carbohydrates are sugar because your body converts all carbohydrate to glucose. What honey is it a slow digesting, fructose dominant carbohydrate source that is classified as a sugar. However, I will say this, Garth, coming into my YouTube, trashing my bar, that's cool. I'm here to answer all questions, even negative ones. However, we have perfected a keto bar, which will be out in the next 8 weeks. We do have a keto outright bar. So, like I said, if you don't like sugar, that's fine. Don't eat my bar. If you don't like carbohydrate, fine. Don't eat my bar. However, the outright bar has less carbohydrate than the Quest bar. Quest bar has 25 grams. Mine has anywhere from 22 to 25, depending on variety. We just label our carbohydrate what they are as carbohydrate. We don't play the net carb game. We don't mess around with FDA loopholes or anything. A carb is a carb is a carb. Now, the fact that it's from sugar doesn't mean I'm dumping sugar into the bar. It just means that it's from honey, which is an all-natural superfood. Now, if that is still something you don't want, just don't eat the bar. Don't come on here and diss me, diss my bar, or diss the thousands and thousands and thousands of people of the #1 selling bar in the country right now. Well, outside of Quest and One, we are the #1 growing bar in the country, #1 selling bar at Vitamin Shop, which is the #1 sport nutrition retailer in the country, as well as TigerFitness.com. So, again, if you don't like the bar, there are plenty of options for you. But I'm not going to go into a Chevy chat room and be like, hey man, I really don't like the Tahoe. I'm just going to go buy a Nissan Armada. So at the end of the day, I appreciate you giving me that feedback, but if you don't like the sugar, that's fine, because I've extinguished that, that issue as well. So again, the bar's been out since October 2018. If you feel you could create a better bar, by all means do so. But the bottom line is you can't. We created a whole food bar based around the superfood honey as its carbohydrate source, which digests slowly and controlled within the body, which makes it the perfect carbohydrate to eat around workouts and also during the day to sustain your energy. If that doesn't fit your diet, that's fine. But hey, if it does fit your diet, by all means. However, don't sleep on me, bro. I got a lot of tricks up these sleeves. But again, man, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Yes, John Hollywood is a real person. Is it normal that my balls hurt and got no sperm inside at all after 2 days of 10 milligrams of Ostrium? That stuff is savage. How do you know you have no... No, that's not normal. And by any means, that's not normal. Is trend clit a real thing? I imagine it would be. So anytime a female takes in an androgen, anytime a female takes in a steroid, there is a chance of virilization. Virilization will lead to male effects. Now, the clitoris is much like the tip of the penis, where it contains a lot of nerve endings. And that's why in sex change operations, essentially they convert one or the other into that, right? So you have all those nerve endings. The clitoris is very sensitive. And the clitoris also is something that will get enlarged during androgen usage. Being that tren is such a potent androgen, yes, trend clit is a real thing. Are your protein powders chemical free? I want to real quickly go over what chemicals you are talking about. We don't add chemicals to it. We are produced in an NSF lab. I'm not sure what you mean by chemicals. If you can elaborate on that. However, in the processing of our whey protein, it is cold processed. It is not ion exchange, which uses a different way of extracting the whey, which actually denatures it quite greatly. Cold processed, cold filters means they keep all the benefits of whey protein without denaturing the whey at all. So the answer is, I believe, for what you're asking, but I'd like to have more clarification on that question because we do use sweeteners in it. And if you do consider sucralose to be a chemical, then no, we're not. But if you consider, I don't know what chemical you're talking of. We don't put like nerve gas in it, right? Mark, if you're in the Masters, will that be it for you? I have a little bit of I'm going to be talking about my competing in the next couple of days. So rather than talking about my competition coming up and all that, it's something I will be exploring in my vlog. Just to let you know that prep is real, prep brain is real, And prep temper is something that you always need to be cognizant of. Not really a temper, but just not being yourself, not being happy, and have too much on your mind. And that's something I will explore hopefully tomorrow or Sunday in a vlog. Mark, my bro is 22, I'm 20. He's much stronger than me as he lifts heavier than me on basically everything. But I looks much more jacked than him. We were both 180. What's the reasoning? How you lift, maybe genetics, you know. Even though he's your brother, that doesn't mean you have that doesn't mean you have the same genetics. You know, you could be more predisposed to building muscle. He could be more predisposed to being stronger. You know, so I would say that you have different genetics. Sure, you're related, but, you know, my brother's 6'1". I'm not. So, you know, while you are brothers, that doesn't mean that you have every similarity. So what's the reasoning? Either your training, your lifestyle, I guarantee you're not doing exactly the same things, or genetics, or all of the above. Thoughts on MK677? I'm good with it. I'll consult with your doctor on if it's right for you. My opinion of the debate. You know what? I think that, now I've already voted. I voted early. I voted on Wednesday in the great state of Tennessee, or Thursday. I voted Thursday in the great state of Tennessee. So I thought the debate was, if you were to fact check it, who knows who the hell was telling the truth, but Biden was off. I think Trump was, having the time limits actually helped him pace himself. And I feel that, even though I am biased, not because I like Trump, but because I really dislike Biden, I do think the first debate was up in the air. I think Trump had a couple things he caught him on that would have led to me believing that it was more of a draw, or give or take either way. This one, I believe, and I believe the Luntz focus group and a lot of other focus groups and a lot of other polls have identified that, I mean, Trump actually destroyed it in this debate. And also, if you look at a search Google term, Crowder just posted this, that a lot of people in Pennsylvania and other states where oil is a big deal are Googling, can I change my vote? So I do think that Biden shit the bed. And even if he won the debate, when Trump got him to say that he wants to get rid of oil, being that Pennsylvania, Ohio, and other states are very heavily reliant on oil for their economy and fracking and all that, I think that just by that alone, that might have been the deciding factor in some states. And remember, this isn't a popular vote. So Biden can have 80, or Trump or whoever can have 80% approval. Doesn't matter. We use electoral college. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if most Americans like Trump or most Americans like Biden. It matters what happens in those swing states. And honestly, I think Biden really shit the bed yesterday when it came to the swing states. Oh, yeah, I saw it. Outright bars are the best. I completely agree with you. Joe Biden was high as fuck. You know, my wife and I have experience with drugs. I've never tried a recreational drug in my life, but my mom's a drug addict. And Joe Biden's eyes, I know that look. And I'm not saying Joe Biden was on cocaine or crack. I'm saying that he was on something like Adderall, but his eyes were wigged out. He looked like somebody injected him with some kind of amphetamine. Joe Biden definitely was not natty at all in that debate. Not natty at all. I would bet my left testicle that Joe Biden had an illicit brain substance or energy or something, because that shit wasn't normal. That shit wasn't. If you think Joe Biden looked normal, we have nothing. Like you just don't know. You've never seen someone high as fuck. But that dude was high as fuck. Mark, are you running for office? So what did you run on? There's a lot of things up in the air right now. Right now, I'm just trying, honestly, this is a very stressful week. A very stressful week. And we had Matt start, which is awesome. He's helping a lot. But Matt is also a go-getter, and he's creating a lot of work. Right now, I'm just worried about my company, this election, and everything going on, and everything in my life, and the lockdowns. I'm concerned with a couple things right now, and obviously I care about my family, not that, but I care about my family, but obviously I care about my country. I love that fucking flag. I love this country. This country's been amazing to me. I would give my life for the betterment of this country. But right now I'm focused on family, community, and I'm focused on my businesses. So for me to stand here and say that I'm going to run for office would be presumptuous, because I don't know what will be happening in 2022 or in 2024 or in 2021. All I know is that right now I have many companies to run. I have many people I have to work with on a daily basis. And I have 3 kids and a wife who are desperate for my attention and who are desperate for my performance as a father, as a husband, as a CEO. So while I would love to give back by offering my leadership abilities and my ideas to this great country, maybe my best bet is to just remain in the private sector and to be a thought leader, or to be just a business owner who, I mean, a lot of people, like, I give to my country. We employ dozens of people across the board. We pay taxes into 5 different states and federal. We are buying a multi-million-dollar warehouse in California that's going to staff dozens of people. We have a gym in California. We have a warehouse in Ohio. We have a warehouse in Vegas. We have employees and an office in Tennessee, and we're growing in Tennessee as well. Maybe my best bet is just to keep doing my part to stimulate America, stimulate the economy, and help people live their best lives. Bulk and cut cycles versus recomping. Recomping is kind of stupid. You can recomp, but to think that by any means you're going to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, it's not impossible, it's just improbable. So what I like to do is get lean and then gain slow. So Alan Aragon thinks this as well. And Alan Aragon, we disagree on stuff. I consider him one of my best friends from this industry. And if you don't follow Alan Aragon, you should. He's one of the smartest individuals I know. Again, we don't agree on everything, but he's awesome. And he believes that it should be about a 3 to, basically, so if you have a year, right, you split up, you have 3/4 of the time you bulk or you gain, and 1/4 of the time you cut. So think about it this way. When you gain, you aim to gain 1 to 2 pounds a month. When you lose, you aim to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. And that kind of makes sense. That's that whole, like, it's 75 on, 25 off ratio, right? 3 on, 1 off. So you go basically 8 months of, 8 months of diet, of bulking or of gaining, and then, 2 to 4 months of cutting, and I think that is the best way to go. So basically you want to start your bulk where you're really, really, really lean, and then gain really, really, really slow and control it, and you'll gain more muscle to fat. But I don't believe for a majority of people recomping will do much of anything except leave you chasing your tail. I don't do booms on command. There's very few things I won't do, and that's one of them. And the other one is gay for pay. I'll do gay for way. Why do you dislike Biden and Harris? I mean, I can name a plethora of reasons. I'd rather not go into that. Those who know me know why. I'm a capitalist. I'm also, I'm an isolationist. So let's just leave it at this. Let's leave it at the easiest one, the low-hanging fruit. I don't like war. And Trump has got us into no new wars. And I think he's done a great job with foreign policy, negotiating and brokering deals in the Middle East, or peace deals in the Middle East. And that's good enough for me. Now, if you want to vote for Biden and Harris, that's your right as an American to do it. However, I do believe that our best option is Trump-Pence. But I don't want to turn this into me railing on Biden. I think Biden's a piece of shit. I think he's one of the most heinous pieces of shit America has ever seen. And I think Harris is a close second. And for the record, I think Trump is a piece of shit. However, when grading pieces of shit, if you went to the website ratemypoo.com, Trump is a big, flaming, steaming, beautiful pile of shit. Whereas Biden is just loose diarrhea. Doesn't get a 10 out of 10 on my Rate My Poo scale. By the way, don't go to ratemypoo.com. It will ruin your dinner. Do you recommend me to stop Austrian if I'm experienced? I don't recommend anybody takes Austrian at all. It is a research chemical, and it says on the label not intended for human consumption. And if it doesn't, they're breaking the law even further than they'd be breaking the law in the first place. So, no, you shouldn't be taking Ostrian. No. And here's the deal. Why are you taking these drugs? To look better. Why are you trying to look better? To get pussy. So, if your goal is to get chicks and your dick doesn't work, why are you doing it? Same reason I won't take Deca. Honestly, here's the deal, man. I like sex. I like it a lot. I've been married to my wife for a long fucking time. Okay? We like having sex. At least I think she does. Or else she's a good faker. She just walked by my office room. I know, that's why I waited till he left. So, why would you do anything that compromises your libido and your ability to get a boner? Fake natty. Nope, I'm not natty at all. I'm on drugs. I'm on steroids. I take 300 milligrams of testosterone a week. I take 2 IUs of HGH per day. And I take Armour Thyroid. I take metformin. And that's it. Boom, thanks for all you do. Sneak peek, epic Black Friday sale. Black Friday is a month away. Remember, we have Halloween coming up. Just keep an eye open on Monday. Just saying Monday might be an awesome day. Can you do 100 plus regular push-ups straight? I actually have done this. Haven't done it lately, but I have done that. Do you miss living in Culver City? Culver City, I haven't lived there since I was 22. No, California is a big flaming pile of shit. Culver City, I mean, I liked going to high school there. I liked my childhood and my high school years, and being a graduate of Culver City High School is awesome. But Tennessee is the greatest state in the union. What's there to do in Tennessee? Number one, I could carry my firearm wherever I want to. Taxes are extremely low. Quality of life is extremely high. Air quality, mountains, my house is beautiful. For what I spent on this house would buy me a garage in California. And this house isn't cheap. For between 1 and 2 million in California, you get nothing. For 2 million here, you get a pretty big fucking house. Do you have any tips for people in the military that want to do bodybuilding? I need to run frequency. Honestly, if you're in the military, bodybuilding is probably not. If you have to run a lot, it's probably not something you're going to excel at. But my advice would be to lift like a bodybuilder and to eat more food to compensate for the amount of calories you burn while you're running. Is it true steroids make the penis grow larger and longer? No, but it doesn't shrink it, so to speak. So it shouldn't affect it at all. Or else every bodybuilder, you're walking around with a 14-inch dick. Can you gain muscle in a caloric deficit, or do you have to be in a surplus to bulk? You can gain muscle in a caloric deficit. It's just highly unlikely. So I would recommend eating in a caloric surplus to gain muscle. Oil industry is toast. Clean energy makes more sense economically, environmentally. The free market will show that over the next decade, whether you have a boner for oil or not. That's good, Went family. You know, that's fine, and that's your thought right now. I'm going to say that we're not ready for that. But, you know, if that's your opinion, you're more than welcome to think it. Our economy is not ready to just stop oil production. Clean energy also isn't really clean. Solar panels have, after they're done in 20 years, it's toxic to dispose of them. They're also very inefficient. Now, I will say, the technology is almost there. Not now. Solar is not there now, but in 2 to 5 years it might be. You might go from having a solar panel the size of this whole back wall to a solar panel the size of this mouse. So the technology is not there now. Wind power, extremely loud, extremely inefficient, and it kills a lot of fucking birds. As someone who grew up in Southern California in the high desert for 3 years of my life, I will tell you this. Wind is extremely inefficient, extremely loud, and just extremely cumbersome in space. Now, I will say this. If we can get over the stigma of it, if we were to move to nuclear power, now you're talking. But I'll tell you what, Wind and solar and hydro are not the answer right now. Nuclear power is the cleanest form of energy we have. It's okay to have a beer and a glass of red wine with dinner every night. It's okay to have cocaine with dinner every night. It depends on your goals and how you want to live your life. I'm not going to judge you. What is unusual about the polarization states of gravitational waves? Bro, this is not that kind of fucking YouTube. Funny how the media doesn't talk about Hunter Biden emails or the big guy Shane. Yeah, it's pretty clear who the media wants to win the election. But luckily for us, social media allows us to disseminate information across all platforms, speaking as independent. Holy diet face. Tell me about it. Are you on any gear now? I've already addressed this, but I am on HRT. I'm always on gear. I am always on steroids. Always, always, always. I take usually a cc of test a week and HGH. Test and HGH, take metformin for my blood sugar and overall longevity, and I also take Armour Thyroid. Dude, you look awesome. What are your thoughts on AOD 9604? I have no fucking idea. Honestly, no idea what that is. Do you think Trump will go down as one of the best presidents ever? If you're to... I don't want to alienate people because I really love everybody and I'm an independent. However, I think pandemic aside, I'm not going to argue about the 200,000 bullshit number or anything like that. All that aside, based on getting us out of, or based on the foreign wars, the fact that North Korea is in check, and based on the peace treaties in the Middle East, just the peace treaties in the Middle East, I think Trump should be lauded as one of the greatest presidents of all time, based on the Middle East peace treaties alone. Now, the rest of that shit you guys can argue about all you want. I care about a few things, right? I care about economy, I care about peace, and I care about defense and security. And right now, whether you like him or not, I think that Trump has done a good job on those measures. And I know you're Russia. Shut up. Russia's bullshit. Okay, and I went into this, I voted for Trump in 2016, not because I like Trump. I actually dislike Trump. I voted for him because I really, really, really dislike Hillary. Not because she's a woman, not because of Bill, just because Hillary's a cunt. And I don't like her. And it doesn't mean that she's a mean woman. Look, I'd vote for Tulsi. I already told y'all, if Tulsi was in the race versus Trump, it'd be a hard decision. But I've already cast in my vote, and it was for Donald J. Trump. So, well, if you want to just unsubscribe to me for that, that's fine. That's fine. That's your right. That's your right. Okay? Reaction video to ratemypoo.com. No thanks. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Do you believe in building your metabolism, slowly increasing calories over time to bulk and cut on higher calories? It seems that scientifically that doesn't really happen. However, anecdotally, I've seen it happen. So yeah, I do believe over time you can become more accustomed to eating more food. Keep America Great 2020. Trump need to loop a video of Biden saying he's going to shut down oil companies. He actually did. He did the fracking video. He released it right after the debate on Twitter. What are the pros and cons of MTS powder versus ambrosia powder? Are you talking about the protein? Well, I mean, whey protein has a higher biological value. However, for some people, the vegan protein, especially people with dairy intolerances, will do better. So my opinion is, if you're looking for the greatest whey protein, you have no trouble digesting it, go with whey. However, if you want a change of pace and you want to reduce your carbon footprint, or maybe because you want to cut down your animal product intake, then Planta is right for you. And it's delicious. What are your thoughts on people claiming 10% body fat just because they have abs while weighing 200 pounds? That'd be 180 LBM even though they have grabbable fat. I don't care what people claim. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Other than Chris Cuomo, fuck that guy. Life without oil will affect medicine, plastics, cosmetics, synthetic rubber, cleaning products, asphalt, car, and jet fuel. You're absolutely correct. You are correct. I'm sorry, dude. I accidentally deleted that. Live Trump rally right now. Okay. Mark, do you think we should open the whole country and just keep the masks so people safe? Eric, no, I believe we should open the entire country and burn all the masks. Viruses, dude, there's a reason why when you post a good tweet and it goes viral, it's called going viral. Viruses are going to do virus shit, and also masks don't prove anything. Masks, if you actually look at the correlation data, when people start wearing masks, infection rate goes up. I believe we should end all lockdowns, end all restrictions, and we should fucking burn all the masks and just live life normally. But by all means, if you want to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. But don't tell me that I need to do anything. Just leave me the fuck alone and let me be free and let me live with this virus. And if you're afraid of the virus, stay the fuck home. Keep your loser kids home and let me go out and do epic shit with my epic kids who have great immune systems. And by the way, let's protect our elderly and sick and not throw infected people into nursing homes again. That would be my opinion. And no, I don't want to debate it. You change the rap, looks like it does. What do you think about calcium to phosphate ratio disruption caused by carnivore diet and aromatization? High estrogen resulting in emotional problems and false alpha male attitude. I said this the other day. I've looked at a lot of the guys who are big in the carnivore world. They look like they have scurvy. Like over the years, I'm not going to name names, but you go to their Instagram, their arms get tiny. Their skin gets all fucking weird. The carnivore diet is lacking in something because over the last 2 years, I have seen once strong and vibrant men look like fucking emaciated vegans. Which means that my point is kind of coming true. The best diet is a balanced diet. Don't choose teams. Eat your healthy carbohydrates, eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, eat your protein, eat your fats. But come on, go to the leaders in the carnivore diets Instagram pages and tell me they look okay. They look fucking emaciated, skinny, stringy. It looks terrible. And if you don't see what I'm seeing, maybe it's just my eyes. Maybe I'm just a hater, but these motherfuckers are looking terrible. Whereas you look at my skin and everything, it's fucking good. Like, I eat very healthy and oh no, I'm not on steroids like you, hormone free. Yeah, maybe you should look into TRT. You guys are looking like fucking shit. Thoughts on boron while on TRT. A pro bodybuilder told me to drop the ad. I'd listen to your doctor and not a pro bodybuilder. I wouldn't say that boron's going to replace an inostrozole. And I'm not even pro inostrozole. In Denmark, we don't have access to TRT, so everyone is blasting carelessly. Okay. Dealing with family when it comes to politics. Don't. Just don't talk about it if it offends you. I mean, look, here's the deal. My brother is a conservative thinker, independent. A conservative-leaning independent like myself. My wife is conservative. I mean, we're in an echo chamber. We do have some liberals on my wife's side, a couple of them, and we don't care. We just don't talk about it. I mean, I don't wave a fucking MAGA flag, and they don't wave a Biden flag. And as you can tell, I'm wearing our knockoff little Biden shirt right now. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, if Trump gets elected, I'm going to do fine. If Biden gets elected, I'm going to do fine. And then we have checks and balances in this country. So I'm not worried about anything. I'm not throwing a fit. I'm really just fortunate to be alive in the greatest era of human history. Sure, we're dealing with a bullshit pandemic and a power grab by tyrants. But I'm not worried. You know, 1918, we had the Spanish flu. Internment camps in the 30s. We had World War II in the 40s. We had Vietnam, where we literally took innocent, non-military personnel, just civilians, and we told them, hey, you're going to go fight a war that we have no business being a part of. We're living in the greatest fucking period of time in world history. Enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Don't stress. How do you like your new GMC? I love it. Love it. I started dating a girl, but spotted a small stash on her. How do I ask her politely if she's on PEDs? Well, here's the deal. My wife's Italian. Okay? If it's a darker haired female, they're gonna probably have some hair on their face. You know, my wife, she's gotten the laser treatment on it. It's perfect. Good. Before that, yeah, I mean, if you're darker hair and, Italians, Hispanics, Latinos, Latinas, whatever, Muslim or Arabic women, Egyptian, they're gonna probably have some hair, and it's gonna get on their face. And that's just their heritage, and it is what it is. There's nothing weird about that. Nothing weird about it at all. Politics ruining my relationship with my uncle. Just don't talk about it. LOL, these people questions are wow. Have a great weekend. Hope family is doing well. Thank you, Weaver. Are we going to get an updated side cock pose in December? Why wait till December? Difference between cypionine and ananthate, very little. They're both very slow digesting, very slow assimilating into the body, so absorbing. So I would say whatever your doctor prescribes is fine. Mark doesn't blast and cruise, he blasts and blasts. Very nice. Any natural supplements you recommend for anabolic effects? I do like Peak Physicor, and it doesn't. I wouldn't say anabolic meaning lean muscle and less fat. So Peak Physicor is great. Insurgent, Barracuda, great. Is lifting heavy weights on a caloric deficit can help you lose weight and get stronger at the same time? Yes. Joe Biden doesn't even lift. The only thing he lifted was his pen to sign the 1994 crime bill that put a bunch of innocent men in prison. Mark, but maybe keep the mask to protect the elderly and the most compromised. By all means, the elderly can wear masks. However, there is not one study to show that masks will prevent spread to the elderly. So I would say that, if you want to believe in pseudoscience and you want to wear masks, by all means. But you know what? We can't go around. So why didn't we? Elderly die of a lot of things, right? The flu, pneumonia. We never wore masks around elderly people before. And the cloth masks we're wearing aren't doing anything. It's all about particle size. So by all means, if you want to protect the elderly around you, you can wear a mask. They can wear a mask. And also, if the elderly are concerned, they can wear a mask. I shouldn't have to, as a healthy individual, wear a mask. It's my choice. We can't mandate people wear masks. That's going to be overturned. It might not be overturned today or tomorrow, but sooner or later it will be overturned. But I don't really want to argue with you. Again, you can wear a mask. And if you want to call me a murderer for not wearing a mask, by all means do so. That's your right. AOD 9604 is HGA, blah, 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 whatever. If Hillary was president, this would have never been that big of a deal since COVID because they wanted to... Maybe. How long would you recommend staying on a particular workout program before changing it? Till you get bored. Generally speaking, you stay on the same program forever. If you're still getting results and if you're still interested and you're still progressively overloading, I see no reason to change. Do you know Eric the trainer? I don't. What's in the works for MTS and Ambrosia? A lot of things. I don't watch any YouTube. I don't know what More Plates, More Dates is. But I'm sure it's awesome. Celebrity trainer Eric, dude, King Pookie, I love you, but I have no idea who these fucking people are. No idea who these people are. And I think that pretty much does it. Any other questions, or I'm going to sign off, and I'm actually going to help some high school kids train tonight. Things that help build up your HGH levels other than taking natural HGH. Starvation. Yes, when you are starving, when you are hungry, your body will produce more HGH. Other than that, I wouldn't worry about endogenous HGH. It's not going to prove anything. So just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. HGH, increasing your natural HGH, not really going to happen. Just don't worry about it. Just live life, and if you are deficient in IGF, then your doctor can prescribe later in life, like he does with me, HGH. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to sign off right now. I appreciate everything. I already got 3 dislikes. That's crazy. And maybe it was something I said. Maybe it was all the talk about Trump. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend, and be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video. Follow me on Instagram at Marc Lobliner, Facebook at Marc Lobliner, Twitter at Marc Lobliner, and of course, my OnlyFans site. Sorry, bro. This ain't Brad Castleberry. Have a good night, y'all.